then do the assignment. So you don't have to come see me most of the time. You just do the assignment. All right. So here's an angle. What are the two sides made up of? What are those called? From geometry. They are rays. A ray and a ray. Where the two rays intersect is called the what of the angle? Starts with a V. Vertex. The vertex of the angle. So we have a vertex and a ray and a ray. Okay? So, when we're in trig class, and we have the Cartesian coordinate system set up, what quadrant is this called? Quadrant 1. Then we go to this one and call it quadrant 2. Then we go to this one and call it quadrant 3. And then we go to this one and call it quadrant 4. Okay, those are Roman numerals. I hear that Roman numerals aren't taught anymore in elementary school. Or you forget them by the time you get to high school. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, that way around. When we do angles in trig, we go from right here, the positive x-axis. And then if we go up like this side is called the initial side. And this side is called the terminal side. So we have an initial side of an angle and a terminal side of the angle. And depends how far from here this goes around for the sides of the angle. Now this looks like it went about 60 degrees. So we call the terminal side 60 degrees. Okay? The terminal side here would be called 60 degrees because we've made a 60-degree angle. If we have an angle that goes out like, this, if I go this far, that looks like about 160 degrees. So we call this terminal side 160 degrees. Now, notice that I was going counterclockwise. Okay? And I guess most of you don't know how to read a clock anymore. Clock hands go this way around. Okay? That's called clockwise. And so when we go the other way, it's called counterclockwise. Yes, Dan. Yep. Right, because there's no C game tonight. No C game, so they don't start. JV starts at like 6:15, so 4:30 should get them up there around 5:30-ish or a little later, so it should be all right. Kason, are the C team going tonight to watch or not? You know? You don't know. Any basketball player know? Schneider? You don't know. No, nobody knows if the C team's going along. Yeah, I would just send the Freightliner and call it good. Yep. He's got time to do the CC route and then go with Freightliner. All right. Yep, bye. All right. If we would go clockwise around, and we start from this initial side, and we go this far around to this 160-degree one, how far do you think I went? How many degrees over is it around if I go this way around to the 160 degrees? I went 200 degrees. Because how many degrees are there in a circle? 360. So we went, if you go all the way around the circle, there's 360 degrees. So if we go 160 this way, that's 200 this way. But not so fast, my friends. We call this in trig a negative 200 degrees. When you go around clockwise, it's a negative amount of degrees. So if I went around to this one here, this 60-degree one, how many degrees did I go around on this outer loop one? Not 300, but negative 300 degrees, because I went clockwise around. Okay, so here we go. Now, to blow your minds a little bit, let's say I've got an angle like this and like this. Whoa, come on, Mr. Bierschbach. Here and here. That's 120 degrees. Okay? How far is it around this way? If I go backwards around, how far is it around? Not 240, but negative 240. What if I go, and then I'll go with green on this one. What if I go around to 120 and then all the way around again and then go to 120 again? How far did I travel with my green line? My green line, how far did that go around? 480 degrees. My green line is 480 degrees because I went 360 degrees around plus another 120. All right, let's go with another color. Let's go purple. Going around and around and around. How far did I go with my purple line? Because I went all the way around again, and all the way out to 120. Well, all the way around is how many degrees? 360. And around again is another 360. What's 360 plus 360? 720. What's 720 plus 120? 840 degrees. Let's pick another color. Let's go hot pink here. Hot pink went clockwise all the way around, and then all the way around again to the 120. How far did hot pink go? Negative 600 degrees. Because I went a negative 360 degrees all the way around once, and then another negative 240 to make negative 600. So, 120, 480, 840, negative 240, negative 600 are all called coterminal angles. This will be your first question on your chapter test, on your first quiz, on your semester test. We'll talk about coterminal angles. Coterminal angles have the same terminal position, but they have different angle measures. Okay, they're the same angle, but they have different names, in other words. Okay, depending on how far we go around. So coterminal angles all end up in the same spot. Okay, they just have different names depending on how far we go around and what direction we're going around. Okay, so Are these coterminal? Yes or no? Are these angles coterminal? Yes or no? How far are they apart from each other? What's 650 minus 190? 650 minus 190. 460. Would they be coterminal angles in the same spot on the axis? Yes or no? No. How far do they have to be apart to be coterminal? 360 or a multiple of 360. (17 degrees, 377 degrees. Coterminal, yes or no? Yes. Negative 100 degrees and 260 degrees. Coterminal, yes or no? Coterminal, yes or no? I got some head nods as yes. And it is yes. Because how far are they apart from each other? 360 degrees. Because 260 minus a negative 100. Minus a negative is plus a positive. So 260 plus 100 is 360. (80 and 800, coterminal, yes or no? I got a yes from up in front somewhere. Any no's out there? I don't hear any no's. Are they 360 apart? No. But they're a multiple of 360 apart because they're 720 apart. And 720 is a multiple of 360. Okay? All right. So, coterminal angles, 360 apart or multiple of 360 apart? All right. One more concept to know. And then we'll have our first assignment. Okay. This is 0 degrees. This is 90 degrees. What's this over to the left? How many degrees? 180. How about at the bottom? 270. Then over here is 360. Okay? So if I have an angle that's 288 degrees, what quadrant am I in? I'm in the fourth quadrant. If I'm at negative 311, what quadrant am I in? Negative 311. Quadrant 1. Because 311 would be over here somewhere, right? So if I go a negative, I'm going that far backwards. So I'd be in quadrant 1. Okay. (472 degrees, what quadrant am I in? 472. Well, to figure this out, take 472 minus 360, and you get 112 degrees. So wherever 472 is the same place 112 is. Well, 112 is in between 90 and 180, so it's in quadrant 2. Negative 1,000 degrees. Negative 1,000 degrees. Where in the heck would that one be? Shannon just waiting for Mr. Bierschbach to answer because she doesn't want to do that much math. Okay, negative 1,000. Now, if I add 360 to that, I'm at negative 640. If I add 360 to that again, I'm at negative 280, I think. If I add another 360 degrees to that, I'm at a positive 80 degrees. What quadrant is negative 1,000? Quadrant 1. Okay? What did I use to figure that out? Well, I used coterminal angles. Negative 1,000 is coterminal with negative 640, which is coterminal with negative 280, which is coterminal with 80. They're all coterminal angles. Coterminal angles are in the same place. They just have different names on them. So, if I know where a positive angle is, then I can tell what quadrants it's in. Okay? If I just use coterminal angles. So basically, this whole section, this whole first part of this first section is on coterminal angles. Okay? All right. So, what do we have to do? Well, we have a little assignment to do. And we'll start on page 50 with it. Well, no, we won't start on page 50. We'll use the computer for it. Duh. So, let me put out your assignment here. It'll be on Math Excel for School. Homework 1.1a. And it's out there for you. So you guys can get started.